Hi everybody, this is Courtney with Twilight Treasures. Back again to share another card with you, and this time it's Christmas in July. I'm using the new stamp set called Snow Wonder. And we're going to make this bridge fold card. I just got this from somebody on YouTube and I absolutely loved it, so I decided I wanted to share it with y'all. So here we go. I've got pieces already. I'm going to kind of skip through a lot of the general stuff that we usually do with telling you all the dimensions and all that. The only dimension I will give you that you might need is, and this looks really tiny when you first start out, is this is a piece of card that is 8 by 4 1/4. And then it's scored at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. So once it's scored, you burnish on all the score lines and you're good to go with that. Okay. And then I have just stamped we've got all these, the snowman and the Christmas trees and the wreath. And we're going to stamp some snowflakes. And also, oh, I'm putting that all off the screen, aren't I? Okay, let's try this again. The snowman, the trees, the wreath, little snowflakes, and we're going to use the saying, Happy Christmas. Okay? So, that's all the ones we'll be using. So let me pull those off of there. Now, I have already stamped a lot of this, and I did not get the dies that do go with this set. These come as a bundle. You can save 10% if you get the stamp set along with the bundle that cuts out a lot of these different things. I did not get that. I have a Brother Scan and Cut that I use to cut it out, and I've got a bunch of little pile of snowmen and whatever that I've already done. So with the magic of YouTube, I will not sit here and make y'all sit through me coloring. And then we've got all the pieces that are going to put this together. So normally you would need a scrap piece of white cardstock and stamp your snowman and your trees and your wreath. And then we're going to get started, okay? And as I said, with the magic of YouTube, I have colored these things in. So we've got our snowman, our trees, and I'm going to use 2 sets of trees, and our wreath. So then we're going to just start putting it all together. And if you have any questions, you can let me know by email. My email will be in the description below. And I hope you'll maybe even subscribe to my channel and come back. But let's get started. Okay, and we're also going to need a piece of cardstock to go in the middle of the card, and that is going to measure at 2 3/4 by 4. Okay, and I said I wasn't going to give you all these measurements, but some of them you do need. You're going to need a piece that is 5 1/2 by 1 1/4 to be your bridge across the middle. And then you'll need the pieces to go along the sides. And I'm kind of keep this in place. I'm changing up the paper a little bit. But this is Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. And this is the other side of it. So pretty. But anyway, you're going to need 4 of those because you're going to have one here, inside and outside here. These are going to be at 1 by 4 inches. Okay. I think that's pretty much all the measurements, which I said I wasn't going to give, but there they are. Okay, so what we're going to do first is, as I said, you would stamp and color, and I'm just not going to make y'all sit here and color with me. I used the markers that I used Shaded Spruce. I'd use the light of all of these because it just seemed too bright to make anything any darker than that. So the light Shaded Spruce, the light Real Red for his scarf and the holly berries here. I used, this is, I think, Daffodil. Yeah, this is Daffodil Delight. I used the light one for his hat. You can use any color, obviously, and for the scarf, too, whatever you want. And then Seaside Spray is the color of the cardstock, as well as the blender pens to do the light one to color him and make him look like he's a little more snowy. And then I did the black in order to make his buttons come out blacker, because when he's just stamped, his little buttons don't seem to be as prominent as I wanted them to be. So I went ahead and filled in all the little charcoal pieces on his face, his eyes, and his little buttons on his tummy and chest. Okay? So, all right. So let's start putting together. And all we're going to do is I'm going to use the Tombow glue. And first things first, I'm going to put these 1 by 4 inch pieces on all the flaps. Let me get out my silicone mat, since I'm probably going to go out of the lines with this glue. Take that and just very lightly put that on here, like so. I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. Try and get it as centered as I can, but I've got a little play in that with that Tombow glue. There we go. And do another one. This is going to be a quick card once you get all the pieces together. And like I said, I've got a Brother Scan and Cut that cuts out these instead of me getting the dies, which the dies are fantastic, especially if you've got very intricate ones in the set. But I decided to get a Scan and Cut because I like to do things in bulk, and me trying to fussy cut or sit there and run it through too many times, I just decided to go ahead and invest in the Brother Scan and Cut. But that is certainly not something I'm suggesting that you do, because this does have dies to go with it. So those are easy if you're doing just a couple of cards at a time. Okay, put this one in here. Like so. And one more. This is so pretty. I love these colors. Okay, one more. Up a little bit. And there we go. Okay. Easy peasy so far. All right, leave that out. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the trees in the center. And again, I keep hiding this card from you. I don't mean to. See if we can see that there. Okay. And I'm going to go on and get the trees here. And again, they were just, I mean, really crazy color. Just throw on a little bit of color just to let you know they're green trees, and leave it white in the other parts for snow. So go ahead and put one on. And you need to keep it up towards the top, because when you are looking at the card, you've got this banner across here, so you're only going to see what's at the top. So put that in a little bit, like so. And then this one I'm going to put up on dimensionals to make it look like we're in the forest. So put, sticking to my fingers. That'll probably be enough. I might put one mini on that one tree place. Don't want that to pop up. Okay. I usually do this with my take your pick tool, but I'm just going to go with this for right now. It was easy. All right, and then kind of stagger these a little bit and put that one down here. And I forgot a step. What I was going to do is I've got an old embossing folder that has snowflakes, and I was going to do that for the inside. I will do that on my next one. But this is an older one, but there is a snowflake embossing folder in the new catalog. So that's a beautiful, beautiful way to do the background there and not leave it quite so plain. But I kind of messed that up, so we'll go with it. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. Put some Tombow on here. You don't need much of this. Okay. Put that right in the center. Best I can. Not my strong suit of centering something on a card, but There we go. Pretty good. Okay. It's coming together. Okay. And then I think that I'm going to stamp some little snowflakes in the Seaside Spray. I should have done that before I put the trees down, but I'm going to give that a try. See what I can do. I should have done this before. Just a few little snowflakes. That'll work. Okay. I think that pretties it up a little bit. Okay. That up here. Close this down before I mess it up. All right. Now we are going to put together our where's my big, there it is. Put together our strip to go across the front for our bridge. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp on this. I'm going to stamp Happy Christmas on one edge of it. Off to the right a little bit. Like so. Cover that up so I don't put my fingers in it. And I'm going to go ahead and put some snowflakes on this as well, because I thought they looked really pretty. Okay, just a few little snowflakes, just scattered around a little bit. And their snowman's going to go on here too, so some of these may get covered up anyway. That's probably enough. Okay. All right, and go ahead and adhere that to this. And I don't want to do any more dimensionals because this is going to be a pretty thick card to go anyway. But this will, believe it or not, still fit beautifully flat in a regular envelope. I'll show you that in a minute. Oh, wrong place. Put this on here. Isn't that pretty? Get it centered as good as I can with not being in there. Okay. And then I'm going to use seal for the next part. To put, just remember you're going to do it here. Okay. So you don't want past here or here for your adhesive. So I'm just going to put, let me get it started. There. Okay, and I'll do this side. And I am still on a learning curve with the seal, but people have told me if you basically do it straight up and down almost, and then flick it back, then the adhesive stays up to the front, so you don't have to worry about it catching again. All right, now I'm going to flatten it out this way, and I'm going to put it just about maybe 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. Get all the way out to the edge on the left. Adhere that down. And then let's do the card the other way. Flatten this one out. And hopefully that comes right to the edge. Here we go. And we're looking good. There we go. Now we'll just put our snowman on here. And again, I don't think I'm going to do dimensionals on him because I'm afraid it'll pop the card up too much. Now I'm just going to put him like so. But I'm not using dimensionals. So again, don't go above his waistline basically with the adhesive or it's going to show. But I want plenty on here to keep it going. Okay. Like so. And there we go. And Happy Christmas. Okay. Now I could put some Wink of Stella on the trees. You could put it on his hat. Do all kinds of things. But there it is. And then this folds down like this. And it is, I don't think you can see this, but it is 5.5 inches across right here. Just like a regular card. So it will fit 5.5 by 4 1/4. It fits right into a regular envelope. No problems. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed it. And see you next time. Thanks for coming by. Bye.